So what's going on, guys? It's Captain America. Hope you guys are well, and thank you so much for coming onto this channel. So as always, what we're going to do is start off with this match stats of this game for the pro clubs, and then we're going to be moving into real life discussions as always. You know, we're going to be discussing Champions League football, so the return of the European scene. Looking forward to that, man, and some exciting games to talk about, plus a bit of the talks on the Arsenal versus United game and Brighton versus Leicester. So as always, starting off with the match stats. So for this game we did win 4-0. A great performance from the boys. We had 58% possession, 11 shots in total versus 3 from the opposition. Again, a very strong performance from myself. I was playing as a central attacking midfielder. I had 9.8 match rating. I had 1 goal, 1 assist. The goal that I scored was really good, man. It was the third goal for this game, and it was a outside of the box goal. Do check that out, around the 36th minute if I remember correctly in this game. But overall, again, a very, very strong performance from my side. I had 27 passes in total at 100% accuracy, and then 29 dribbles done at 100% accuracy as well. 4 shots at 75% accuracy. But in general, very pleased with the way that we were playing, the play style. And yeah, hopefully, you know, you guys enjoy the gameplay too. And as we move across, fingers crossed, to FIFA 23 soon, man. There's just so much going on with this FIFA 22. And it tends to happen with all the games. I don't know if anyone realizes it. Like, you know, with Call of Duties, for example, whenever I used to play that, plus like the FIFAs, or whenever there's going to be a game that's going to be launching a new one, they seem to fall across, and there's so many bugs that seem to happen with those existing games. Like, we face so many bugs within the matches. There's so much lag that I'm facing now since the last update. Yesterday, for example, as well, player was through on, but he got tackled by the goalkeeper opposition, but in the box. But it wasn't a foul. I was like, what the hell? I'll put that as a clip, maybe as a short that you guys could see. Like, it was one of the most stupidest things, and the long shots in general have been absolutely insane that you could get through when you curl it in as a finesse. I've seen some insane goals coming through against from like the opposition to us. But I don't know, man. That's what tends to happen, and it tends to like fall through. And then when the new FIFA does come along, man, I'm going to be smashing that up, man. I'm really looking forward to hopefully transitioning and staying as a cam. And yes, of course, I could play as a centre-back. That's always been the key position I've always played as. But I think with the cam role and the strikers and the players that I have around me, it just makes it easy in terms of the free-flowing passing football that you see. And just in general, I think everyone's in the same mindset. So I really hope FIFA 23 is going to be good, man. But we all know, and hence why they're moving away from this whole FIFA name. You know, from what I read as well, they're on a very old and same platform that they've been using for each of these FIFAs that have been launched. So they've got this old, you know, broken platform, and what they do is they just add on enhancements or features on top of that broken, let's say, software or the platform, let's say. So whenever there's a new FIFA that's launched, we're always going to notice the same issues year on year for each of the FIFAs, and hence why I'm glad that they're moving away from the whole FIFA side of things. But again, it's a bit saddening. I don't know why they just don't change the platform. Like, why change the name? Like, just do something with the platform, man. Make it newer on the sidelines. Like, don't do it as a brand new platform right away. Bring it on the side in line with FIFA 23 or FIFA 22, for example, because they mentioned this announcement a while back. And just really trial and test to ensure that there's no repetitive bugs and issues that we always face. But I guarantee you, when FIFA 23 is going to launch, we're all going to be annoyed by the same issues that we always see. So, I don't know, man, but really looking excited, you know, for the time that when FIFA 23 does arrive, man, because let's see what happens with the changes. Again, it's going to be a bit more slow with the gameplay. The free kicks and the corners just look absolutely ridiculous, man. I don't know what they're trying to do with that, but it just looks so much more confusing, so much more harder. But yeah, let's see what happens with that side of things. But yeah, just to quickly, swiftly move across to the gameplay and how this match went. So the first goal, it was a nice turn from myself, and I through balled it over to Teak for the goal. The second goal, X was really done very well in terms of pressing. He got the ball, retrieved it, passed it over to Teak, and then the second goal for him. The third goal, we were pressing very high, and it was headed across from the defender of the opposition to myself. It landed on my feet, and I thought, you know, it was like, you know, the Stevie G when he scores against Olympiacos. It was like, that was just running in my head, man. I had to get the shot in. And again, it was a beautiful goal. Do check that out, 36th minute. And the fourth goal, good run into the box from Teak, and he passes it through to TP for the through ball and the goal. And yeah, it was 4-0 victory in general, and the opposition did also have a red card in this. again, it's so hard to find opposition with a full team at this rate, man. It's just so hard, especially when games are dying down, when there's new games being released. A lot of people, and I was always the same as well, I would always try out different games, man, because it's not much to do. You know, you've done as much as you can in terms of ranking as well as global leaderboard, but then it comes to the point where you're just looking forward to the new game. So numbers haven't been great from the team, same with the opposition that we've seen. But again, hopefully it gets sorted, and it will get sorted when FIFA 23 arrives just around the corner. But enough of this whole FIFA malarkey, let's move swiftly across to today's main topic, which is, firstly, I want to discuss around, you know, the games that happen on Sunday. Manchester United versus Arsenal, plus Brighton versus Leicester. Didn't have an opportunity to upload a video yesterday. I've just been manic and just busy with just generally everything, man. Just in real life side of things, so apologies for that, guys, but we in general are on a massive roll. We were in uploading videos. I think we done like 16 days in a row of like these 15-minute videos of like the gameplays, and of course I always upload my shorts and whatnot, but I do really like these how do you say it, like these long videos that I discuss about real life stuff as well, and hope you guys enjoy it too. Oh, no. But let's move across. So Manchester United versus Arsenal was a very, as I mentioned, you know, Manchester United play very well against teams that are like top 4 potential, if you get what I mean. So even against Man City, I know that these guys are going to be playing with their lives. But when it comes, you know, against the teams like Southampton, Crystal Palace and whatnot, they tend to like falter. I don't know if it's a mentality thing, like they are greater than them, you know. It's always like the underdog teams that always come through. And Liverpool in the past were always very good against the top 6, but very awful against the other teams. They couldn't get the results because, of course, the other teams are much more defensive, they're much more organised. So it's going to be interesting to see how United progress through now. I think it's 4 wins out of 4 now for them, so they're on a consecutive roll. So let's see how they progress. But again, fantastic performance from United side as well as Arsenal. It wasn't too bad. I think it was a great game overall. You know, it was unlucky for Martinelli's goal not to be counted. I think again VAR is now having so much controversy in terms of like everything that's happening. I think there's so many other matches and other games like Bournemouth, I think it was as well, that there's just so much happening around these how do you say it, like, you know, in terms of the feedback of what VAR is actually resulting in. It's a case where a lot of the actions and the results aren't the way or the focus that it should be going to. Like this foul shouldn't have been. He just muscled him out. I think it was Christensen that he tackled Odegaard in order for Martinelli to score. And there's other calls as well, very minuscule, such as like offside calls where they allow Rashford's foot to be through, and against Liverpool, for example, and that was allowed. But then you got other games where it was just literally on the line that it's not allowed. And I think, you know, some of these calls just need to be consistent from the referees and the VAR board. And this is something that a lot of the commentators as well as football players are mentioning as well. Like, look, like even the referee decision for Coutinho, for example, like, I just don't understand these refs, man. Like, why put up your flag? Let the game flow. And what if you think it's an offside? Once the flow of the game has gone, either by the goalkeeper catch, or if it's a case that is gone out of play, or a goal, regardless, like, review it with the VAR. Let the game flow. Like, Coutinho's goal against Man City was so beautiful, like a proper Coutinho goal. And it's just disappointing that it didn't allow it to the standard that it should. So yeah, that's it with VAR. But Anthony, very well done on him, you know, for his first goal. Let's see how he continues to progress within United. And then Maguire coming from the bench, and he started, I think, around the 78th minute. Man came on in the 78th minute. Literally within a minute, he got yellow carded. Like, I just don't understand this guy, man. Like, he should just get sold. Like, yes, they're going to be at a loss when they do sell him, but they need to get rid of him and just add another centre-back that will be better as a substitution, or wherever it is, a rotational player. But Maguire isn't that player. I honestly feel when De Gea, he sees him coming on, he must be like, what the hell is going on? He must be literally just vexed, man. But yeah, good result for United, 3-1, as they make the progression in terms of like the form as well as Champions League football. And then of course you got Brighton, that done very well, 5-2 win against Leicester. Inacio scoring very quickly. I think it was around, I don't know how, I think it was 93 seconds or something ridiculous. But again, you know, capitalised on that, and the comeback on there was 5-2 win for them. McAllister playing very well for Brighton. And again, it's just the quick, simple play that Graham Potter has enabled within the side of Brighton. So it's good to see. And, you know, just keep watching Brighton, man. That manager, Graham Potter, I've been bigging him up for so many years now. he is one to watch for the top 4 clubs. He's like an Eddie Howe, Eddie Howe if he had like a bit more money. But the thing is, he's more logical when it comes to money. He buys players that he knows will be doing well for each of the positions that he needs to. He doesn't go ridiculous with like the costs. So he's good with what he's doing. But yeah, that's it really. And do let me know your thoughts, guys, on the United versus Arsenal game, as well as other Brighton versus Leicester as well, while we move across to the Champions League. And I'm so glad that it's back because we've got a good lineup for today. We've got City versus Sevilla. City playing away. I think that's going to be a 3-1 result to City. Sevilla haven't done very well this season in the La Liga side of things, but they've always been a European type of club. They've always been a European club, so it's always going to be one of those ones where, yes, they might be doing bad in La Liga, but when it comes to the European nights, they are on another level. But this season for Champions League, I do see it, unfortunately, being City versus Bayern in the final, and Bayern Munich winning the Champions League. I think it's going to be City versus Real Madrid down the line, and then City to beat them. I think Haaland's form has been absolutely insane. But again, City doing City all the time. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. And of course, Grealish not playing that well, and I think he's just come back from injury or something. But again, 100 million worth in terms of transfer value. Is he going to be a player that's going to be playing regularly for Man City? Or is he going to opt in for like Foden on the left? And then you've got Haaland as well as Mahrez on the right. Or even filtering through with Bernardo Silva as well, just depending on the positional side of things. But Grealish, let's see what happens. He has had good opportunities with some passes and through balls or wherever it is, his vision within the box. But let's see if he could sustain that for them. But yeah, I think it's going to be a 3-1 result for City against Sevilla. And I think the game of the day will be PSG versus Juve. I think this is going to be amazing, especially as you have the Galacticos in the Farmers League, in the French side of things, with Mr. Président Mbappé managing the team. I know they've had some sort of rift and quarrels or whatever it is, fights within like Neymar. You've got Messi as well as Mbappé, but still they've got a very good team in general, which I do see them again progressing okayish within the Champions League side of things. I think it's always one of those ones where they could, even like before the Champions League game has started, the game before that, they could just have their second fiddle team, just to have a full max strong team playing in the Champions League games, because that is something that the owners for both PSG and Man City are dying to win. So it's going to be interesting to see if either one of these clubs do win it this season, but I don't see it. I think Bayern Munich, they just got such a strong team, man. Mane has been insane for Bayern Munich. Same with De Ligt has been good as well whenever he's come on. But I don't know, man. But PSG versus Juve is going to be a great game. Juve's last 5 games have been so-so. They haven't lost, but again, like PSG haven't lost as well. But the manager that PSG have now has done very well domestically for the club. He's done very well for them in terms of like the clubs that he was in with was like Saint Etienne, Lille, Nice prior to that, and he did win like some very good competitions such as like the Copa de la Liga. He's got the Ligue 1 with Lille as well, and same with Nice as well. He was like the runner-up for the Copa de France. So again, domestically a great manager, but it'll be interesting to see how he progresses in terms of the Champions League, because that's a whole different ball game. So against Juve, that'll be a very interesting game. But again, I do see this being 2-0 to PSG. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, guys, do let me know your thoughts and opinions. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's video, as I just realised that the time's coming up. Take care and bye-bye. Nice one, boys. Well done.